Muribwanji, Tiribuino. Yeah, you're probably not used to that. That's because we are live in Zambia. That's right. Second Take is coming to you from Zambia, and my oh my, what a beautiful, beautiful place to be. And I'm excited to get into the show with you. So let's talk about Zambia for a bit. You know, Zambia are the chief exporters of copper. Don't ask them too much about who's doing the manufacturing of the copper. Comes from Zambia, and they send it out. That's what matters. All of Africa's big five can be found in Zambia. You know, we're talking lions, rhinos, elephants. There's also Victoria Falls. It's shared by Zambia and Zimbabwe. Do not say that to Zambians. If you know what's good for you, just if you're in Zambia, Victoria Falls is in Zambia. Don't get creative. Don't start saying no, but the geography and then the statue is this side. However, you know, when you look at the Victoria Falls debate between Zambians and Zimbabweans, you realize that one, Zambians and Zimbabweans might be the only Africans who are capable of banter that doesn't turn violent. Because that banter has been going on for years and years. And it's always fun. Sometimes you see someone post on TikTok, you know, maybe someone from Europe going, oh, I'm visiting Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. And then the first messages you see under there is Zimbabweans saying they are coming. And indeed, they will arrive, Zambians, to come and take on that debate. But, you know, between Zambia and Zimbabwe, I realized there's a way that we can handle this. There's a way that Zambia and Zimbabwe can figure out the Victoria Falls debate. And I'm going to put this proposal to both countries. Whoever won the last football match has got the Vic Falls until the next football match. Now, because I'm in Zambia, I don't want to talk about who won the last football match. You can do your own research. But I think that could be a good way for the banter to continue in a healthy manner, and we can at least have some semblance of, a system that allows us to, establish where Victoria Falls is going day to day. So, Victoria Falls, very big in Zambia. Mosiwa Tunya, it means the smoke that thunders. What a beautiful, beautiful name. You actually wonder why it stayed being named Victoria Falls. You know what I mean? Mosiwa Tunya, the smoke that thunders. It's got more texture. It's got more vibrato, more oomph. It's got more spine. But, it is what it is. However, speaking of Mosiwa Tunya, Zambian lager, Mosi lager. Oh, my goodness. Quality stuff. I just heard of a referral. I'm not saying I had it myself. I'm joking. Of course, I had some Mosi Lager. It's beautiful. I think Mosi Lager should have its own statue when you enter Zambia so that people can understand that it is definitely one of the good things that come out of this wonderful country. So, Zambia is surrounded by 8 countries, which is, super cool. So, Angola, DRC, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia. And of course, Zambian people are incredibly friendly. And South Africans can't relate. You know what I mean? Wink. But Zambian people are incredibly friendly, very, very welcoming. In fact, sometimes you find that if you don't say where you are, they're not concerned. Where you're coming from, they're not concerned about where you're coming from, really. They're just concerned, with the experience that you have, and the respect. Because they've had something I noticed also from the social landscape is there's quite a few folks that come from different places, India, Somalia. When I say quite a few, I'm underselling it. Quite a lot. There's quite a lot of them. But Zambians are very welcoming people if you're respectful to their hospitality, if you know what I mean. If you're not respectful to their hospitality, there's a lot of space going down Mosiwa Tunya. I'm just putting that for you. So, lively cities, lively people, very, very friendly. Zambia has got the legendary, it's now etched in history, the legendary AFCON 2012 champions, Chipolo Polo. And they've also got the best football team in Zambia, Copper Queens. Yes, I said it. I'm sorry. I'm not watching Chipolo Polo at Olympics. I don't make the rules. The highest paid female footballers in the world play for the Copper Queens. So if you're a Chipolo Polo guy, that's good. But I'm just saying the best team in Zambia is Copper Queens. I ask you to prove me wrong. But speaking of Copper Queens, really cool watching them at the Olympics. They had great games, but I was frustrated. And I'm starting to think that it's bordering on we are persecuting one person. You know, Barbara Banda, how many times is she going to score a hat trick and the Copper Queens don't win? We can't keep doing this to her. She's carrying the brand by herself, but to score a hat trick and to not win, that's painful. It can't keep happening. It can't keep happening. So I'm going to put it up there. Let's figure out how we can do right by Barbara Banda. But she's an incredible captain for the Copper Queens. And just like many other African countries, the social political landscape is booming. There's always something happening in Z. And I've touched on a couple of those subjects, a couple of those stories, and we'll get into them a little later in the show. You know, we'll recap so you can see what has been said. I'm not going to say anything today. I'm not surrounded by Namibians here. I'm just trying to be, you know, a good guest. I'm not trying to do too much, but I think that's one of the things that I really love about Zambia. Everything is vibrant. The political landscape is vibrant. The social landscape is also, you know, very, very vibrant. And speaking of vibrancy, their entertainment industry has a king. His name is Your Maps. Did you hear that, Namibia? I said their entertainment industry has a king. His name is Your Maps. We're going to talk about that with a Zambian. But how we can fix that situation. You know what happened. I know what happened. And so today I'm a diplomat. I want to broker a deal between Zambian creatives and Namibian creatives to see how we can move past this situation. If you're not sure what the situation is, we'll talk about it a little later in the show. But as you know, my name is Ashwyn. This is Second Take. Let's get into the rest of the show, Zambia edition.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
So as I said, Zambia's political landscape is always bustling. If you look at the previous administration, you realize there was a lot that was very, very entertaining. Now, I bear no allegiance to anybody. It is simply my job to ridicule everybody. That's just kind of what I do. You know what I mean? And I think that's fair. It allows us to have a view of politicians that is free flowing, because I just think that the people who have the most stuff should be allowed to be made fun of by the people who have the least stuff. I mean, you can't have power and prestige and then we also don't make fun of your flaws. No. Give us something that's ours. Give us something that's ours, really. So previous administration, very interesting. Current administration, also very interesting. The Zambians are going to be split in between, you know, how it's going, how it went, how they want things to go. But on Second Take, I have touched on both administrations. Have a look. All right, let's start with the country that has sent lobola cattle to, Zambia. President Hakainde Hichilema has issued a stern warning to former President Edgar Lungu, saying, if you break the law, you find yourself behind bars. Here he is in his own words.
I'm expecting each and every one of them to be arrested. You can't claim to do that in the name of supporting HH. Money. I hear people talk about immunity. Why are you talking about immunity? The immunity of the head of state is only relevant during the time they are in the presidency. The crimes they commit outside the presidency is not covered by that immunity. That's the law. If the police are failing, I'll use the army.
So, Apparently, Lungu has been making uninvited guest appearances in markets, instigating rival groups to clash like a political party crasher. Addressing the issue of Lungu's retirement benefits, Hichilema pointed out that the law is pretty straightforward. Benefits are only for those genuinely retired from politics. Meanwhile, Zambia's former First Lady Esther Lungu and her daughter Chiyeso Katete have been arrested over the possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime. The arrest made in Lusaka included another family member, Charles Piri. Now, the state anti-drug agency stated that Esther Lungu failed to give a reasonable explanation for a $1.5 million estate. Edgar Lungu, ever the protective patriarch, declared the family would challenge the charges in court, accusing the government of victimizing his patriotic front party to hinder his political comeback ahead of the 2026 elections. Now, Lungu has been claiming house arrest due to his political activities, although the government denies this. Last September, his wife was arrested over allegations of corruption involving motor vehicles and title deeds, charges she denied. And more recently, she was nabbed for allegedly acquiring luxurious real estate in Lusaka fraudulently. 15 white double-story flats, no less, suspected to be proceeds of crime. Now, Edgar Lungu, after losing the presidency to Hichilema in 2021 and leaving Zambia in a financial quagmire, announced a political comeback last October, prompting the government to withdraw his retirement benefits. Now, Lungu's tenure left the nation heavily indebted and economically fragile. Now, President Hichilema is on a mission to reclaim resources allegedly pilfered through Lungu's administration, though critics argue this anti-corruption drive is politically motivated. And I'm here to ask, is corruption not politically motivated? Now, I should let you know that Zambian youth are not just vibrant. They are enterprising. I mean, they will get it done. They believe in the open free market. You know, whether you have a degree or you don't have a degree, they're always trying to figure out a way to make some good money. They believe in their own autonomy. They really want to be in control of their futures, and it's something that I truly admire. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's my copper belt boys, they're a little different with their hustle, but their hustle is very consistent, very consistent. But sometimes the youth can be a little too enterprising. Just a little too enterprising. Let me tell you a story about this guy. This is a real story. I'm not going to tell you the guy's name, but it's a real story. A Zambian medical student made a bet. Yeah, he was betting with some people, borrowed money, you know the story. And then he lost that money. So normally what happens, when you don't have money and you've got money to pay back, you try to figure out, okay, should we do this in installments? You know what I mean? How can we negotiate a way for me to give you what is rightfully yours? But being enterprising, this guy decided to pretend to be abducted. That's what happened. So he actually had people call his father and say that he had been abducted, and apparently the guy had just lost like 3,000 kwacha, but from his father they asked for 80,000 kwacha, which is crazy. I mean, because that's your dad. Like, first of all, your father has worked hard to put you where you are. He's already put enough money into your life, but to pretend to be abducted, you know what I mean, to try to manipulate him in that manner is a little too extreme. And unfortunately for the student, he got caught. And the only thing that can come to my mind is that he put a bet on Manchester United. And this is something we need to address right now. Let us not invest in losses. Okay, in life you must be wise. Manchester United is a wonderful institution that can't do much for you today. Now you are lying to your father, and I think that can be avoided by making reasonable decisions, like taking a break from the English Premier League and coming back as an Arsenal supporter. So, joining me now is Kachi, a Zambian artist. As I said, I am here on a diplomatic mission. Namibia, we have something to answer for. We have a tough discussion to have. But before we get into that, let's get to know Kachi. How's it going, brother?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Solid. Welcome to Second Take.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here, man. So what's your art form? What's your practice?
Well, I'm a Zambian gospel artist. I'm into pop, basically contemporary music.
Contemporary music.
Yes,
Okay.
using different styles of music.
Yeah. No, because you have to say that to me. I was raised Adventist. If you tell me gospel artist, I think you're part of an a cappella group. You know?
Oh yeah. So I mix different kind of genres and
Alright.
just make them work.
Oh, you just make them work. All right. And how long have you been in the industry?
For 15 years now.
15 years.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
No, that's real, man. You've put in the hours. You've put
Yeah.
in the hours for sure. And you're still going.
Yeah, sure.
Still going.
Still getting stronger.
Still getting. How do you feel about the Zambian entertainment like landscape, you know?
Well, right now I feel the Zambian music entertainment is really growing.
Mm.
Way back it was different. At least now we're able to make money off it and
Yes.
make a living out of it. So it's really doing great.
Yeah, way back it was a stress. Huh?
Yeah. If you look at our content, our video quality and music quality as well, it's really at least competing with other different countries.
All right, for
So
sure.
for me, that's a win.
That's for sure. Now, when you do gospel, especially like contemporary, you know what I mean? Because so you're essentially talking about, you know, the message in your own unique way.
Yeah.
Aren't like the first people who like oppose you, like the ones from the church.
Exactly.
Like they're like, yeah, you're moving away from what we do traditionally.
There's always people who talk like that. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a matter of me having a relationship with God and
Yes.
simply spreading what I believe in is true.
All right.
So I don't really get that as
Oh,
a bad
okay.
thing to me. So
All right. It's all right. Have you been to Namibia?
no.
No. What have you heard about Namibia? Is there anything? We'll get to the subject at hand. But what else have you heard about Namibia?
It's kind of funny. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday. And we were talking about Namibia. Really, we're trying to ask like, what does Namibia really export or do?
Yeah.
Most
No,
of the
it's-
time, we only get to see Namibia when it comes to football.
Oh yeah, football when
Yeah,
you meet
yeah.
Brave Warriors. I mean,
Yeah.
I can talk about a couple of things that
yeah.
top of my head. Very big exporters of fish, but don't Google fish rot. Don't Google fish rot. Just focus on the positive aspects. Okay. so like fish. Namibia is getting into green hydrogen.
Okay.
They just discovered oil.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So like just off the coast of Namibia. And when it comes to like green hydrogen, it's also because Namibia's got like wide landscapes.
Okay.
Lusaka, for example, is a population of 4.5 million people.
Yeah.
The entire Namibia is like 3.2 million people.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy, right?
I need to visit Namibia
you have
soon.
to visit Namibia. You have to visit Namibia. But I'm sure you'd want your visit to go better than your Maps' visit.
Yeah.
listen.
What happened was really bad.
Man.
Yeah. The news was everywhere.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. And to be very honest, I mean, you know, the guys in uniform do what the guys in uniform do. But I feel like as the guys who are part of the entertainment industry, and you saw even with the Namibian lawyers who represented him, there was some regret. Some real regret.
That was really a blow to him.
Yeah. And he's a huge artist. Let's talk about Your Maps. Your Maps is the biggest artist in
Right
Zambia.
now, it's like the biggest export that Zambia has. Trust me.
It's like it's copper and Your Maps.
Yeah, you understand.
Completely. And I heard I was in a taxi earlier that Your Maps once filled up Independence Stadium
Yes, he did.
with people outside.
Exactly.
60,000
And I was there. I was
capacity.
like, he made us believe anything is possible.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that every artist dreams of.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing it happen, a fellow artist doing it was like really, you know.
And you know, when he
motivating.
campaigned for another president, he also made him, believe that
Yeah.
it's possible. But that's another story. Okay, so. But yeah, look, Your Maps, there's no question. I mean, you won't find a video that's maybe even less than 5 million views.
Yeah.
And I think for Namibians, especially the artists felt bad because the artists love Your Maps, you know what I mean? And they were like, this is an opportunity for us to be able to collaborate with the guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy, a proper guy. And I kind of felt bad because when you look at Your Maps' stories, he comes from a really rough place. You know what I mean? A really, really rough place.
It's inspirational, trust me. Like coming from a humble beginning
Humble
to
beginnings, you know what I mean?
getting there.
Yeah, getting there. And I mean, the guy needed a break after that issue with the car.
Yeah. I think that's the issue of being in the limelight. Like
The limelight.
everything is just on
Everything
you.
flows through you. Everything flows through you. Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened is what happened. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you think we can now like try foster, relations like for artists like you who have seen, are curious about Namibia and you want to go there, and for Namibian artists who could definitely benefit from the Zambian landscape, I think where we can start is Katima Mlilo.
Oh yeah.
Because in Katima, Your Maps is the biggest.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. If you're in Katima, what happened in Windhoek would not have happened. You're starting a riot, my friend.
Yo.
You can't do that. He belongs to them. I believe Namibians from Katima Mulilo would be ready to fight Zambians over your maps.
Wow.
They would be ready to be like,
he's an international artist.
We want this
He belongs here.
He belongs here, So, of course, knowing that he's got that following, right now there's that place where our countries meet. There's this where all 4 countries meet. Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia. They're calling that CASA, and something that they're working out over there is they're trying to do like a CASA visa, and they already spoke about it, where you get into one of the countries and then you can just flow into one of the countries. Do you think it would be cool if they could have a creative visa like that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because most of the times artists are always moving up and about. So if there was an easier way to maneuver around.
You know what I mean? And even if you say 10-day, 30-day visa, what you work is what you
that
work.
Would make sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe we can agree. If you want our money, you tax some kind of tax as
that's
you
something,
are leaving type thing. But do you feel like it's conducive? This thing where creatives were already free flowing, already mixing and mingling. Social media has no borders.
Yeah,
That's why you know what I mean. And creatives, and by the way, my favorite Your Map song is they want me down. They want me suffer. But I'm a nigga, my brother. Yeah. So, do you think there's the current system? It has to be changed. There's no way we can just keep the same kind of visa, knowing that there's different kinds of artists and people are integrated in a much more different way.
And trust me, when it comes to music entertainment, this is like the fastest growing industry everywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So if they were to work on the rules and regulations and at least turn them down, it would really help us.
Yeah. So I would like to officially extend an apology to Your Maps. I need you to help me with translation.
Yeah.
Ulibanji,
how are you?
how are you?
How are you?
Tilibino. First of all, Your Maps, I would like to say that you are an incredible artist. Translation.
Incredible artist.
Let's say good artist. You're a good artist.
Diwe chikali.
Diwe Chikali. There's no one else. You're the one. You're the one.
And must.
Yes.
Undisputed.
Undisputed, right? Yeah, I want to give all due praise. Now, we're not going to speak against laws. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to see how we can move forward. I want you to know that you are loved by the creatives, by the fans. And that matters way more than the system. And I hope that the situation that you had in Namibia is not repeated. I hope it's the last thing. And so I want to extend an invitation to you. Every year, Network Media Hub, we have a thing called Tourism Expo. And we like to focus on beyond borders. And I think it would be great. Of course, we'll handle everything beforehand. We can't have things go crazy again. You know what I mean? But I think it would be great if you could come through to the Tourism Expo, right? And remind people why you are that guy. And I know you're going to feel, a little apprehensive because of what happened. But I want you to know that the fans, the creatives, they are what matter. They're the ones who are going to follow you. They're the ones who want to support you. We are sorry that the system disrespected you, or because you can observe the law, but you can do it in a way that feels So I won't say disrespected you, that you felt disrespected by the system in the manner that things were done. But this is my official apology on behalf of Namibia. I guess for Zimbabwe as well, because But what I'm saying is, please, Your Maps, come back to the land of the brave, and we'll make things happen the right way.
Yeah.
Do you think that works? Oh,
yeah.
Zikomo. Hey, so Kachi, what's the next thing that you have in line with regards to your work?
Oh well, I'm working on a new project. Probably by December I'll be done.
By December you'll be done, and you make sure you share it with us.
Exactly, I have to come to Namibia. Probably maybe do 1 or 2 songs.
But don't move too fast. You saw what happened with your maps.
That was like a learning,
learning curve. Yeah. No, but for sure. I mean, I think Namibia would be great to have you. The Namibian gospel scene is also very bustling. You know what I mean? I myself, like I say, when you said gospel, gospel. I thought the guy sings a cappella. I was ready. I sing bass, you sing baritone, and we make something happen. So you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. What's your handle?
Catch your voice, Zambia everywhere.
Catch your voice, Zambia everywhere. Thank you very much for joining Second Take, my
brother. Thank you for having me
and helping me broker this deal with your maps.
Yeah, your boy.
Your boy.
See you in Namibia.
Yeah, he's coming through.
Get ready for the ultimate rugby showdown experience. JSB Sports Betting and Synergy Marketing bring you an exclusive chance to witness South Africa take on New Zealand in Cape Town on September 7th, 2024. Win match day tickets, return flights from Windhoek Airport shuttle service, and 2 nights accommodation for 2 adults. Entering is easy. Just save the number 085-785-6231. Send a WhatsApp with the keyword hashtag JSB. Follow the prompts and place a bet on any rugby fixture via JSB Sports Betting between June 29th and August 17th, 2024. Enter now and stand a chance to win this incredible prize. TNC apply. Win big with JSB Sports Betting and Synergy Marketing. Don't miss out. Register today and make your rugby dreams come true.
So that has been Second Take live from Zambia, from Z, making sure that you get the latest happening over here. And I didn't dig much into the politics as I normally would, because you know, yeah, you have to be smart about these things. You have to be very, very smart about these things. But I can talk about one thing. Sometimes people are feeling like the current administration is good, like the leader of the administration is good, but he's having issues dealing with corruption within his own party. And he's an upstanding guy, you know what I mean? He's a very upstanding guy. But some people are suggesting that if you're having issues talking to your people, perhaps adopt the strategy of the previous administration and allow yourself to have some whiskey and Coca-Cola. I'm not saying who loves drinking between the two administrations. I'm just saying one of them would have really managed to get things done. 1 or 2 shots, they get things done and they get things moving. But all in all, Zambia is a beautiful country, a peaceful country. And Zambia, as you can see, if their biggest artist was willing to come to Namibia, it already shows that there's interest, that the people want to see how the two cultures can exist alongside each other. And I think Namibia can benefit a lot from working with Zambia and vice versa. What is very, very important, again, is Namibia. If you are in Zambia, Victoria Falls belongs to Zambia. My name is Ashwyn. That's been Second Take, Zambia edition.